Alright everyone, on this video I've been saying I have a trick to show. This is the panel where I made a repair patch panel here, and so let's say hypothetically my patch panel is right under here and it's about this big, and I've guide coated this, so I know I've got a couple little bit of low spots here where I kind of welded around it. So what I did is I know I have a low spot here, and with my guide coating I found where my hot spot was. Underneath this body filler, you'll find a pencil line that tells me where my high ground is. And when I start working this, I'll work this from the outside going in. When I identify that pencil line, or when a pencil line shows itself, I know now that I've got this at a level playing field. Then I move over to this and work it down till it comes flush with this. So instead of just kind of going in and hitting at the spot, I find my pencil line, which lets me know that I'm on flush ground. Then once I'm on flush ground, I work the main area. I wish I would have shown earlier before I did it, but I wasn't thinking about it when I was kind of just in my zone working when I found it and made the line. But I like to think about dents when I'm doing dent repair, mobile paint and body with people. I tell them, although you have a dent here, there are effects that happen way out. It's like dropping a pebble in water. Even though you may see the wave, see the spot here where the pebble hits, that wave travels further out before it kind of fades out. So although I did body work here, that surrounding area, it kind of waves out. So I went out to the end of that and I made a pencil mark where I hit flat ground or where I hit land. Then I'm going to work back over and get everything smooth. So I'm going to turn my sander on. I'll keep letting this run while I start to work this in. I always like to work outside and get me a smooth edge, and I'll bring it in. Then when I hit that pencil line, I'll go back to my hand sander off my DA and I'll start to finesse the area and bring it in. All right, so if we look really closer right in here, we can see, let me bring the camera in. We get right in here, we can see where I just broke through onto that pencil line. So this point lets me know that I'm pretty much flush now on my area to where I need to be, and I'm gonna go ahead and get my hand sander out. I'm gonna block this down now and get these flush, and I'll guide coat it and I'll block it some more. So let me put you on pause for a second and I'll be right back. All right, now I've got this down in the guide coat once I identified my pencil line. So now what I'll do is I'll go to a block, a hand block, and I will begin to level this out with where I'm out here flush. So I'll take a block that's longer than this so it lines me up flush with here, and I'll start to work this in. So there it is, you know. So here was my pencil mark. That let me know when I had this part flush with this. Hit it with a quick guide coat. Hit it with a Durablock. And then you saw in about 2 minutes flat, we've got this panel flush. So now what I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll take my time and I'll work the rest of this. I'll get this guide coated, work the rest of this, finish finessing this on in. But it's really that simple, you know. I knew that my dent or my low spot was here. I came in, like I said, I went around and I drew myself a pencil line. So once I knocked my body filler off, because I always go past the area, you know, as I call it, flooding the zone. So I took it out past and I flooded the zone. So once I used my DA from the edges and I brought it in, I stopped when I got to my pencil mark, guide coated it, and in about 2 minutes flat, you know, hit it with the little short block here and got that thing completely level and flush. So now that's a clean panel. So body work is not that difficult, you know. This is a quick tip that I use. Like I said, I wish I would have showed you before I put the filler on, but you can see where I use a line to help me get my spot. And now I know that this panel is flush and it's level with this, and that's how easy it is to use some body filler.